Do people still tell you that you suck?
Yeah, all the time. And you know what? It has become a term of endearment. I don't know how, but
You're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It bothered the shit out of me at the beginning, but when fans start, when I was turning babyface and I was the good guy, they were still doing it. So it was like, okay, yeah, go, you suck. I would actually taunt the fans and tell them, "Oh, go ahead, do it." But it was a form of appreciation for me, and it doesn't make any sense, but that's what they did.
Growing up, were you shy or were you outgoing? Because like your transition.
I was shy. I listen, in college, in order for me to be a business major, I had to take 2 classes where I had to do presentations. I didn't do those classes, and so I didn't become a business major because I had to get these 2 classes. And I didn't like being in front of people. I when I wrestled in the Olympics, I was focused on my opponent, and I was able. But in pro wrestling, you have to include the crowd. You have to bring them in, make them care about you, whether they love you or hate you. You have to have them be a part of it. So, and you're displaying this character, and it just was so different than amateur wrestling. Because in amateur wrestling, you don't show any emotion. You go out there, you go for the pinfall right away. In pro wrestling, you have to tell a story. Good guy versus bad guy. Good guy out wrestles bad guy. Bad guy cheats and gets a good guy down and then gets heat on the good guy. And then the good guy makes a comeback, and then they have the finish. Does the good guy win, or does the bad guy cheat and win? Or does the good guy overcome and win the match? So there was a lot of stuff that I was like, whoa, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, because I can't get up and even speak in front of people. I remember after the Olympics, I took a sports casting job. I was horrible at it. And that was in front of a camera. It wasn't even people. And I was nervous as hell. So I'm not sure how I made the transition, because the WWE didn't really teach me how to do promos. They didn't teach me how to act or do pre-tapes. They just said, jump in and you either swim and you survive, or you sink and you die. And they gave me that choice. And I had to make that choice myself. And I thank God I survived. I swam.
There was no part of you that like felt uncomfortable being a heel? Because it's funny that you go from like an American hero to like a literal heel. Like, it's interesting.
At first, when Vince told me I was going to be a heel, I said, there's no way in hell. I'm an Olympic gold medalist. I represented my country in the Olympic Games. But Vince, he made a character with me, this milk drinking guy that had the 3 eyes: intensity, integrity, intelligence. His shit didn't stink, but he also went against those 3 eyes. He would cheat and win and say, I did it, I didn't cheat. I did it honorably, So I started making the fans sick. And Vince would always have these great promos for me to say. And he really came up with my character. I'm not responsible for that, but I'm the one that performed it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I have to take credit for that. But they came up with an incredible character. It's not like I had to come up with something myself. They already had something set for me. Wow. So they had plans for me from the beginning, and it turned out incredibly well.
Yeah, I think Jim Ross said it best. He said that you're a wrestling savant. I guess whether it's pro wrestling or amateur wrestling, you got it down pretty good.
Yes, I did. I don't know how, but I did it. The Olympic wrestling I understand, but the pro wrestling, I don't have any idea how I was able to succeed in it.